Welcome back to the channel. If your aircon has been smelling a bit musty lately, or the airflow feels weaker than it used to be, then there's a good chance your cabin filter is blocked. In this video we're going to show you how to replace it on a 2017 Jaguar XE. It's a 10-minute job and could save you £40 to £60 at a garage. So let's get into it. Right, an important bit I nearly forgot to film, the tools you're going to need for this job. A torch of some kind, a head torch would be best, but any torch will work, but it may take up vital hands you need for the job, hence the head torch suggestion. A screwdriver with a T30 Torx bit. A stubby one will work well for all the screws, but you may find having a longer one as well will make the job easier. And that's really it. If it has the carpet panel underneath the glove box, you may need whatever tool that requires to remove it, but this car hasn't got that part, so I'm not sure what it will be held in place with. Right, let's get into it. So what you're going to need for this job is a new cabin filter and a screwdriver with a T30 bit. The screws are all T30s, you'll need them to get that out. Some of these have like a carpet panel under here. This one, it's either missing or didn't come with one. So all we've got on here is a T30 screw underneath in the middle. Which is at the front under the glove box. Because we have to remove the glove box to change the filter on this. Open the glove box, and on this side, you have a panel. I will just bring you in to show you this. So this is the panel, and that allows you to get in to, sorry, not that one, the screw there to remove the glove box. So we have that one. And then a torch will come in handy as well. We have a screw up in the top right of the glove box. And then one in the middle to the left. I will again just try and show you where those screws are. So if you just look for the green laser, one there and one up there, if you can just see that. And it also appears that we need to take that silver screw out that I'm just unscrewing now. I haven't done one of these before myself, so I'm just figuring this out as we go and as we show you. I'm guessing that we also, so I do have a little tray down here with various tools in, Torx bits and things. And up here we have three more Torx bits, T30s. Once we've got these out, I believe the glove box will come out. The second one, and one more at this end. As I said, there's three across the top, one on each side and one in the middle. I'm just going to use a magnet to get the screws out of the back. I believe, no, we are still tight in there. So, looking at it, So we've released it on that side. And on this side, there we go. So if you just pull down a little bit on the glove box, everything will start to come away. But I believe I may have missed a screw on the bottom. Yep. Phone always rings when I decide to film a video. So I'm just going to try and show you underneath. So there's a screw up here, and then the same again. So there's basically 3 across the top and 3 across the bottom. A couple on the side. And then the glove box should come out nice and easy. Just holding it just in case it falls down. It's not one I've done before, so a bit like the blind leading the blind here, just figuring it out as I go. So you also need to just twist out the bulb so that you don't stretch any wires. You can then just lean it down. So in here now, at the top, it's just a case of releasing those tabs. So on this one, I'm going to have to start the car and put it into recirc mode because it has an electronic flap. Now, one thing you don't want to do on this is force that flap. It'll break it and then it'll need a new heater box and it will cost you a fortune. What you need to do is start the car and put recirc on. That will open and then allow you to pull the tray out. So we'll just start the car and then I'll show you how to do that. Before we crack on, if you find this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. So, you can see here the recirc button. If I press that, you will see that the flap will, or should, come over and close. Right, so as you look inside, you can see just the top there, the white, that is the electronic flap. All Jaguar Land Rovers tend to have one of those. Now on this one, if I press the AC button, you'll see it open. And then that now gives us access to change the cabin filter. It is in a tray. All you do is take the tray out. And once you've got the tray out, you can just get the filter, take it out like that. I've got a Marley filter. Now there is an airflow direction on these. So you can see the airflow pulling that way. So you always need to make sure that you have the airflow facing down. And then it's just a case of sliding that back in, like so. Once you've got the cabin filter back in, it's just a case of clipping back in. What that does, that stops it from being able to move, and then obviously if you turn your aircon back off again, you'll see that that shuts and seals everything off. But obviously in this weather, currently we're about 26 degrees today, we want the aircon on. And then it's just a case of refitting everything back in reverse. So the first thing to do is make sure that you put the bulb back in and turn that, and then it's just a case of getting everything back in to position and then putting all your screws back in. On the right hand side here, there's a little bit of a hook on the plastic, which once you get into position, if you hold it in the middle, that will then hook into place and hold everything up. And what you can do is just get the end screw in, which I'm going to do now, which then will stop it from falling back out. So now it's just a case of putting the end screw back in, the 3 across the top and the 3 across the bottom. So the end one first. Just make sure that you nip all the screws up, because you don't want your own car or a customer's car coming back, in my case, with any rattles around the glove box area. So you just want to make sure that you get all the screws in and don't have anything loose. A short screwdriver will do the same job as what my little ratchet kit does with the Torx bits. So you don't need this kit. It's nice to have one, they come in very handy for a lot of jobs, but if you don't have one, a short screwdriver will do you the same job. This, like I say, it's only a 10-minute job. A garage will charge you probably, if you're just having this done, probably 40 to 60 pounds, including the filter. If it's part of a service, probably a little bit less. A job on its own, it would be more, because obviously the labour rate will go against the job as opposed to it being bundled with a service. But you're going to save yourself some money doing it yourself. I think the filter, you can get various brands. Cheapest one's probably about 12 quid. If you go to a more expensive one, you're going to be looking probably 25 pounds. You can get carbon ones which are better for filtration. But even if you've got a blocked one, a standard one will do the job. I prefer to go with the carbon ones where possible. They even do antifungal ones, which, if you're conscious over your health benefits of things like that, it's definitely something to look at. Those can go up to about £30 a filter though, so it does get a little bit more expensive then. But again, if that matters to you, it might be worth looking at. We're fitting a standard filter in this one. It's a Marla brand. The glove box is now back in, and I just need to put the 3 screws across the bottom. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that I can see what I'm doing with a torch. It is a little bit awkward to see the holes, but once you got them started, you can just turn them in. Same again on this end. One final screw. Just make sure you put all the screws back in again so you don't get any rattles or any loose sounding creaks. And then the last thing to put back on is this side panel. They are a little bit awkward because you need to get them underneath. It's easier sometimes just to pull the door seal off. I'll just try and show you that a little bit better. So to put the end panel back on, it's normally easier just to remove this door seal a little bit. It's then much easier to slide this into the 2 locators, and you'll see at the bottom there's one that's easier just to bend in with your finger, and then everything just clips back, and then just carefully put the door seal back on. The door seal sits over the plastic, so it's a lot easier just to take that door seal off. You could probably peel it back and get it in without, but it's easier to take that off. Everything is now back in, and that's the job complete. Save yourself 50 to 60 pounds, and it's a 10-minute job. Right, Team OEM Jaguar filter, Team Aftermarket like Marla or Bosch like we've used today, or Team whatever's cheapest on Amazon. I personally don't like that one. Drop your answer in the comments and let us know why. This one always starts a debate, and I want to see what you guys think. And if this video has helped you get your cabin filter swapped out and saved you a trip to the dealer and that all important money saving, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It massively helps us in keeping making these videos. And remember, if you're trying to save money on your car maintenance, there's always a way. You just have to find it. And hopefully this video has helped you do exactly that. And we'll see you on the next one.